Welcome to chemistry classes. In this video, we are going to discuss about displacement reaction and reactivity series. Displacement reaction and reactivity series. First, we have to discuss here displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Okay, to discuss displacement reaction, first you observe these figures. Here you can see copper electrode dipped in aqueous iron sulfate solution. Also another experiment, iron nail or iron piece dipped in aqueous copper sulfate solution. Okay, and you can see here when you dipped iron nail in copper sulfate solution, the blue color of copper sulfate solution changed to colorless. So there is some chemical reaction happened. Okay, but in case of second one, when you dip copper in iron sulfate solution, there is no change. Okay, so from this we can conclude that a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its compound. Okay, when you put copper in iron sulfate, there is no chemical reaction. We already discussed how to find reactivity of different metals. When you react iron with the dilute acid, there will be chemical reaction, there will be bubbles of gas. Okay, but same time when you put copper with the dilute acid, there is few bubbles or there is no chance to produce bubbles. By this way we can find reactivity of metals. Okay, which metal is more reactive, which metal is less reactive, we can find accordingly. Okay, we discussed already this one. Okay, so here another experiment I told you, here we observed these figures. Okay, from these figures we understood here copper cannot displace iron from iron sulfate solution. Okay, because copper is more reactive than iron, so there is no chemical reaction. But same time when you put iron in copper sulfate solution, iron is more reactive than copper, so iron will displace copper from copper sulfate solution. This is copper sulfate solution. Iron will displace copper from copper sulfate solution, and there is chemical reaction. In second case there is chemical reaction. First case there is no chemical reaction. Okay, so from this experiment we can say a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its compound. This chemical reaction called displacement reaction. A more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its compound. Okay, maybe in aqueous solution or molten form, copper sulfate solution or copper sulfate in molten form. Okay, from this form iron can displace copper from molten copper sulfate or aqueous copper sulfate. From this state copper will be displaced by iron because iron is more reactive metal. Such type of chemical reactions are called displacement reaction. I will tell you once again, displacement reaction means a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its compound. This process is called displacement reaction. Okay, and see here, this is the chemical equation for displacement reaction. Iron will displace copper sulfate and form iron sulfate and copper. Before it was copper sulfate, copper less reactive than iron. Okay, during this chemical reaction, look here, copper displaced by iron, then copper sulfate changed to iron sulfate. Instead of here iron is free, here copper is free. Okay, and here it is aqueous copper sulfate solution, and here iron solid state. Similarly here iron sulfate in aqueous state, aqueous solution. Here copper is solid state. Okay, this is the chemical equation for this displacement reaction. Similarly, we can write its ionic equation. Ionic equation mean here aqueous copper sulfate Cu2 plus and the SO4 2 minus. So we will use here Cu2 plus, okay, Fe plus Cu2 plus giving. See here in this case, here it is Fe2 plus and SO4 2 minus. Okay, and here Cu. Copper in solid state, there is no specific charge. The oxidation state of copper 0. Okay, here oxidation state of iron plus 2 oxidation state. Here oxidation state of copper Cu2 plus. So this is the ionic equation for this chemical reaction. Clear? Similarly, another example for displacement reaction. Calcium react with the iron sulfate form calcium sulfate and iron. Here calcium, it is more reactive than iron, so calcium will displace iron from this compound form calcium sulfate and iron. Clear? And here calcium oxidation state 0. Okay, iron Fe2 plus. So we can write it here Ca2 plus Fe. This is the ionic equation for this displacement reaction. Clear? So this is about displacement reaction. Reactivity series mean arrangements of metals according to their reactivity. Arrangements of metals according to their decreasing order of reactivity. This arrangements of metals called reactivity series. Okay, so look here: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead, copper, silver, AgAuPt, silver, gold, platinum. Okay, these are the arrangements of metals according to their reactivity. When you are moving from top to down, their reactivity decreases. When you are moving from top to down, their reactivity decreases. Metals on the top, metals which coming on the top, they are highly reactive. Generally group 1 and group 2 metals are coming on the top. Group 1 and group 2. In periodic table, group 1 and group 2 metals are coming on the top of the reactivity series and they are highly reactive. For example, sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. Okay, sodium, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, these are group 1 metals. They are highly reactive. Okay, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, these are group 2 metals. They are also highly reactive. So generally here potassium, sodium, these are group 1, calcium, magnesium, these are group 2. So here group 1 and group 2 metals are on the top of reactivity series and they are highly reactive. Okay, and also you remember silver, gold, platinum, AgAuPt, silver, gold, platinum, they are lower in reactivity series. Silver, gold, platinum, they are lower in reactivity series. Okay, they are highly unreactive. They are highly unreactive. They do not react at all. They obtain in pure form in the nature. That's why these metals are called native metals. Native metals. Native metals. Which are native metal? Silver, gold, platinum. Silver, gold, platinum. These metals are called native metals because they obtain in pure form. Okay. And here the metals which coming on the top highly reactive. Metals which coming downward, silver, gold, platinum, they are unreactive. And metals which coming in the middle of reactivity series, they are moderately reactive. Okay, they will react average, not highly reactive. They are not unreactive. They are in between. They are moderately reactive. Example, this type of elements Example here, zinc, iron, lead, this type of metals are moderately reactive. Also, metals which coming in the middle of reactivity series, we can reduce this metal oxide. Okay, so look here, zinc oxide can reduce with the carbon form zinc and carbon monoxide. Okay, so here the metal which coming in the middle of reactivity series, we can reduce this metal oxide with carbon. Okay, example here, zinc oxide reacted with carbon form zinc and carbon monoxide. Another example, Fe2O3 iron oxide, it can reduce with the carbon form Fe plus carbon monoxide. Okay, here Fe2O3. So here 2 Fe, here 3 oxygen. To balance it, we did like this. So you remember here, metals which coming in the middle of reactivity series, they are moderately reactive, and this metal oxide can be reduced with carbon, and we can, after reducing, we can change to metal. Okay, reduction mean reduction mean we can remove oxygen. Look here zinc oxide, here zinc oxide changed to zinc after removing oxygen. Removal of oxygen called reduction. Okay, so reduction mean we reduced. Reduction, here zinc oxide reduced to zinc, iron oxide reduced to iron. Okay, so here metal oxide can be reduced. Metal oxide which coming in the middle of reactivity series, it can be reduced with the carbon. Okay, also I told you here, metals which coming on the top of reactivity series, they are highly reactive. Clear? So these are the things we have to discuss in this video. Thank you for watching this channel. Please subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos. Thank you.